Welcome to the Gastlecast. I'm Chris.
I'm Heather.
And today we're going to talk about what makes a awesome pop more awesomer.
It's not more. It says just awesomer. How to make an
I asked you to write more. Like more awesomer. That's what I wanted to read.
You did. That's not even.
Can you please add more on there, please?
But
can you add more on there, please?
But if you look in the dictionary.
I understand, but can you just write more next to the awesomer part? That's what it was supposed to say. So the focus of this video is to show you awesome pops that we own and their awesome variants. And the best character to start off with is Iron Spider from Infinity War, because he has a ton of variants. A ton. There's a lot of variants. I was trying to do a Donald Trump impression. That was horrible.
Yeah, it was. You have small hands, but they're not small enough.
Now, a great variation, one of my favorite variations, are the chromes, the new chromes that are coming out. I love chrome variations. So, you have this regular Spider-Man here, and then you have the chrome variation of Spider-Man here. I love all the chromes, and I love the character, so I had to have both. In fact, I had to have all of the variations of this Iron Spider, because I loved Infinity War. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you know that I love Infinity War?
Yeah, I heard it.
I only watched it like 100 times.
I think it's been 200 now.
It might have been 200. But then you have other variations that you can get. A lot of pops come out with different variations. This particular character came out with a ton. Well, 4, I guess. But you also get this guy. So this guy right here has the legs on it from Target. Target exclusive. One of my favorite Infinity War pops. I love him. How many times have you heard me say my favorite? And then you get unmasked versions. So here you have an unmasked, you have a chrome, and you have an extra. I call that an extra parts pop, because I don't know what to call that. Addition parts. Additional.
You know what would be cool? If they had extra leg variants of every pop.
And they just had legs hanging all over the place?
Yeah, like Tommy Pickles from the Rugrats, for example. He would just have like 4 baby legs coming off of him.
So you're trying to make horror pops?
I think so.
Yeah, that would be a horror pop. In fact, if you happen to have that and you made it, I would not want to like be around it. Like, I'd be scared of it. Like, that frightens me, just the thought of Tommy Pickles having extra legs. Like, that's just weird.
Well, this is just an extra leg variant.
No, but those are like make sense from a movie. You're making oddities.
Well, yeah, it's fun.
So unmasked chrome and additional parts pops all are awesome. And if you're a completionist like me when it comes to Avengers set, you probably have all these guys.
You're not just an Infinity War set completionist.
I try to complete a lot of sets. It's fun.
Yeah, you complete like everything that Funko puts out.
You complete me.
I know, but that doesn't...
Thank God that there's only one of you.
That you saying that?
Because I wouldn't be able to afford it if there were 2.
What do you afford for me?
Huh? I gotta buy kitty litter for you, and
I don't use kitty litter.
You use kitty litter, yeah. Windex, because you're doing all that cleaning. I gotta buy air freshener, because you smell like a foot. Shirts and pants, because you don't know how to dress yourself. Do you want me to continue this list? Bologna.
I don't eat bologna.
Oh, you eat bologna.
I hate bologna. Bologna's disgusting. So the next type of variant is one that I'm not always a fan of. I'm really picky when it comes to this type of variant, but I'm showing it because it's part of my collection. We're going to talk about flocked pops.
You're talking about the hairy pops?
No, the flock pops.
Well, they have hair on them. They're hairy.
No, they have flocking.
Is that literally what they call it? They call it flocking?
I don't know, but would you stop calling them hairy?
They are hairy. I'm never going to stop.
So we've got the regular Krampus.
I love this pop.
He's amazing.
I love this pop.
He is amazing.
If you don't have this and you are a horror fan, you need to go out and get one.
Is this horror or is it Christmas time?
It's called, like, it has holidays written on there. But I find it to be a horror pop, really. I mean, I guess it falls into holidays, but it seems like a horror pop to me.
It's both.
Yeah, I consider it both, personally. This guy's awesome.
He really is.
So, let's see the hairy one.
Here he is! This is the Hot Topic exclusive flocked Krampus.
He is cool.
He really is.
I like, he is a big hairy one. He's heavy too.
He is.
He's heavy and hairy.
He's flocked.
He's a heavy hairy pop. I think this guy is awesome, and I personally love. I know a lot of people who don't like flocked pops, but I personally love flocked pops. I think they're cool, especially when you take them out of the box.
Yeah.
When they're in the box, it doesn't really do them justice. But when you're handling them, when you're handling a hairy pop, you can feel it gently rolling upon your hands inside, especially when you get into that palm area. It feels very nice in there. It's very sensual. I like it. I like when the hair grazes. You ever have the hair graze on the palm of your hand?
This is getting really weird.
What's cool about flock pops, though, is that there are different parts of a flock pop that's flocked versus parts that aren't.
Yes.
So, like the antlers up here, they're not. Or
Are they
horns, or whatever,
antlers or
horns,
horns?
whatever. They're not flocked. The hands aren't flocked. His teeth aren't flocked. You know, so it's all. And back here, like where the child is inside of the little thing.
Okay, they messed up because they really should have.
They should have flocked his hair, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay though. Because I'm not really upset about that.
You know what?
I think they did an excellent job of flocking this particular guy.
You know what they could have done a little bit better aside from the little boy's hair? They could have hayed the broom.
Yeah, they could have. I was thinking that too. Not even hay, but flocked it. Like flocked the broom.
No, because it's not hairy unless it's at my work.
Yeah. You said it's not hairy. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
You said hairy.
I know.
That's great. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love hairy pops. They feel good in the palm of my hand.
I really hope someone takes that and makes it their ringtone.
And another variation are translucent pops, and I love translucent pop. In fact, your very first pop was translucent.
No, it was transparent. Translucent is more like cloudy, and transparent is just like clear.
Like clear all the way through.
Yeah.
So this one, the next one we're going to show you want to show the regular variant? I'll pull this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's not a guy, it's a girl.
lady. That's right, it's a lady.
Get out of here. Look at
so-
her figure. It's a girl.
That's right. It's yeah, she even has a firm.
Whoa.
Do you want to say it?
Butt.
I always like to say buttocks.
I know
But
you do.
it has a
but-
firm buttock.
Yeah, she got a firm butt.
But what's also interesting about these guys is that you can see the spring in the helmet.
Oh,
so
that's
you can see
cool.
the spring all the way through. I don't know if that's cool, if I like it, or if I hate it. I mean, it doesn't really matter from the front because you can't see.
Yeah.
It does have that, like, that cloudy in the front of the mask here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's cloudy in the front, but in the back it's more translucent, and you can see
Transparent.
transparent or whatever. You can see right through it. So I think that's a cool variation. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
I love when a pop comes out and it has a different variant that you don't always see.
Yeah.
In the Marvel line, you don't really see much of this, and it
No.
makes sense for this character to have this.
It does.
Which is why I like it so much.
So unfortunately for this next variant, I do not have the original variant. However, I do own my favorite version of it. Do you want to know what it is?
I can see it right there on your lap.
Can you just act like you
Yeah,
want to,
yeah.
you're interested?
Yeah.
This is for the viewers. This isn't like me and you. So I'm going to ask you again, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to see what it is?
Yeah, let's see it.
It's the Diamond Collection Ursula from Hot Topic. I am very selective with the Diamond Collection pops. I only have her and I think Dumbo.
I am not a huge fan of the glitter pops. I'm not. So this is one of the variants. When we're talking about all these different variants of pops that you can go out and find, this is one variant that I'm not a big fan of. I do happen to like this one. Out of all of them, I do like this one. I think it looks cool. Maybe because there are so many different colors in it. I do like villains, so maybe that has something to do with it too.
Yeah, I'm not a major fan of most of them.
No, but I can see people going out and wanting them and including them into their collection. It's just not something that suits me. So the next variant that we want to talk about, metallic, because metallic is awesome. Love metallic pops, Heather. I do.
Me
And
too.
I thought a really cool one to show off here today would be the Mermaid Deadpool. Here, you want to hold this guy?
Yeah.
So this one's cool. I always found that when they make Deadpool, they always put him in these really weird poses now, and he's dressed up as weird things, which I think is hilarious. This one has to be one of the funniest ones in my opinion, as far as all the Deadpool pops go. But he's a neat pop, and the metallic, as you can see here, the finish is different. He is more of a glossy He has like a metal-y look to him, where this one is very flat and plastic looking. I love metallic pops. I love them when they're done properly. When like suits like for Iron Man and Iron Patriot. I think when you have like suits like that, they look cool when they are metallic. But not all pops kind of fall into that. This is sort of a weird one to be metallic, in my opinion, because he's not metal. Why would Deadpool be metallic? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Honestly, I prefer those colors over the flat.
Yeah, the color, it does pop the colors out a little bit more.
It really does.
Especially in like this flower up here. This almost looks like, in comparison, when you have them side by side, this looks like a bath toy.
Yes, it really does.
Yeah.
So this next variant is one of my absolute favorite variants of all time. As you all should know by now, I am a huge Walking Dead fan, and most of their pops come in this sort of variant and a regular variant.
This guy is the prison guard Walker, and he is awesome.
He is. But you want to know what's even more awesome?
What's that?
The bloody one!
Yeah, I mean, the bloody one is really cool. I would say that this bloody one is one of my favorites of these pops. And the reason being is because there's blood splatter all over his guard here on his mask. And I think that's really neat. Did you notice that the little mask goes up?
Yes.
I never noticed that until we pulled it out of the box today. Never realized that. I think that's really cool.
That is really cool. It's a good thing it wasn't up when he was killing whatever made him bloody.
That's right. I know. What's interesting is that, as you can see here, there is blood on this one's face, you know, on and around. This one, somebody took what it looks like a paintbrush and just splashed blood all over him, which adds like $50 extra.
It really does.
Sometimes.
You could really purchase the common and then just
start
splatter
blood on it. But I will say that as far as the Walking Dead pops go, this is definitely like the #1 variation of those pops. I've only seen some others where, you know, you have your glow-in-the-dark and stuff, but the bloody ones are usually the ones for Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And the next one we want to talk about, can you tell the difference between these two? You probably can't.
Nope.
Not here.
Nope.
But one of these is glow-in-the-dark. At least it has glow-in-the-dark eyes.
Yeah.
You usually can feel it on, so it's this one. Because the glow-in-the-dark has like kind of like a sandpapery feel.
Yeah, it's very, very rough.
Yeah. So these guys are neat. The glow-in-the-dark pop, so this is my thing. So now we're talking about glow-in-the-dark. So glow-in-the-dark pops are really cool, my opinion. Very cool. But some glow-in-the-dark pops are just so ridiculous. This one is neat because the eyes do glow alone. So it makes it interesting. It's cool.
Yeah, well, you've never played Kingdom Hearts, but in
Right.
the video game, they're sort of,
They
pop out at you.
They shine like a headlight or something. Which is cool. So it kind of makes sense for these to have glow-in-the-dark to them. But there are some other pops that make absolutely no sense that they're glow-in-the-dark.
Yeah.
But they're cool because they do glow-in-the-dark.
Yeah.
The one thing that really bothers me, though, is that when you do the glow-in-the-dark on these guys, some of them glow-in-the-dark more than others.
Yeah.
So this one, you can glow it for, I don't know, it feels like you glow it for like 10 seconds and you get like 1 second to glow out of it.
Yeah.
But the older pops, for whatever reason, I don't know if they're using a cheaper material now or what, but the older stuff seems to glow for a long time. And it also seems like it's based on color. I've noticed that anything is glows like that green color, you know, that like old school glow in the dark color, that glows forever and ever. This guy's eyes will probably glow for literally 1 second, and then they're just out. They're done.
Yeah.
So when I'm taking pictures of stuff like this for Instagram and stuff, it's hard to capture that because it doesn't glow long enough.
Well, you just have to be a really good photographer and get it on the first shot.
I'm not a photographer, Heather.
I know you're not.
I know, I'm horrible.
That's why you're having problems.
Yeah.
Stop insulting my pops.
And a pop variation that seems to be huge over at Target these days, they're taking regular size pops and turning them into big ones. Now, I will tell you that I love the fact that they're doing this. I love that Target's doing it. However, they're crossing a line sometimes.
Yes.
I think that your Scrooge McDuck and the gold and stuff, stupid. Nobody really wanted it.
It really is.
The T-Rex makes perfect sense. Thanos seemed to make a lot of sense to me. The life-size Groot made a lot of sense to me. The little Dobby the elf made sense to me. The Hulk one made sense as well, because when you put Hulk with a Thor, it sort of looked like the movie, you know, because the Hulk is hulking over Thor. Hulk should have never been a regular size one. I mean, it makes sense because they want to just sell him like all the other commons.
Yeah.
But I think he should have been big to begin with.
Yeah, I agree.
But this guy is awesome, and I don't collect Jurassic Park, but I had to have this guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think he's like kind of a must-have.
He really is.
So 10 inches, do we agree? We love 10 inches, right?
This is really weird that you worded it that way. And last but not least is a variation that I absolutely love. There are only 2 pops that were made with this variant. One being worth $1,300, so we will never own him. And the fact that it's from something that we don't watch is another reason that we will never own the Headless Ned Stark. But this is Headless Herschel Green. He is definitely, hands down, one of my absolute favorite pops. For sure in my top 10 favorites.
Okay.
I love him. I love that he's bloody. I love that he has a magnet that can hold his head on, or you can pull it off. I'm in love.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And
really
so another variant that we didn't really get into, but is the nearly headless Nick, which is sort of similar, but that pop has a hinge where the head doesn't fully come off. It's like hinged on.
Yeah.
So if you own it and you haven't pulled it out of the box, it has a hinge to make it kind of move back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, so he's like half headless, but like this one,
That's the full headless. And this one has a magnet that keeps the head attached.
Yeah, and it also fits on there very snug.
So there are a bunch of different pops out there with a bunch of different variations. And that's what makes it so much fun to collect all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because you can have a character, but you can have like 4 different versions of that character that you might pick or choose from, or just buy them all because you love the character so much. Which makes it so much more fun. So guys, let us know in the comments below, what is your very favorite Funko Pop variation. Guys, remember to go over to our Instagram at Gastlecast and check us out over there. Remember to please share, subscribe, comment, and like this video. We would absolutely love all of your support, and we appreciate your support thus far. Remember guys, we hunt together! Guys, we will catch you next time!
Bye!
We hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Gastlecast. If so, please hit that subscribe button and check out some of our other fun content.
We've left you some links to some of our other videos that we thought you might like.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye!